Hello everyone, I'm Joe Bishop, Bishop Backwoods Survival, and today I'm going to be cleaning some mullet. This is a black mullet, and I'm going to be smoking them on my smoker. I got 4 of them up on the top rack already going. So what I want to do, a lot of times I like to leave the head on. I'll split them, but today, because I don't have a lot of room to store them after they get done, I'm cutting the heads off. That just gives me a little bit more room. But you cut the head off and you come down the backbone and you split him. And he's still got scales on him. And you want to leave the scales on him. You can pull all his guts out. And he's good to go. Dip him in my water cooler real quick. Wash him a little bit. Also gets him wet. I place him on my rack over here. I take some of this Creole sauce for seasoning. You just don't want to overcoat him, because if you do, you get where he'll be too salty you can't eat him. And this is a hot smoke. This ain't a cold smoke like they do up north. You go up to Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and they have smoked fish too, but it's a cold smoke where they soak it in a brine, and then they pump the smoke to it for several hours, and then he cures that way. But it's the salt that he's been soaked in and the smoke that cures him. And when I get done with them, I'm gonna eat one or two. Probably gonna have to do a part 2 of this video, but I'm gonna make a bunch of smoked mullet dip. I've grown up as a kid, we eat this 2 or 3 times a week, along with fried mullet. Fried mullet's really good. It's one of my favorite fishes, to be honest with you. And a lot of people if you're up north, you call them garbage fish, but before I told you you don't scale them. Well, what holds this fish together when it starts to dry out is the scales on the back side of the skin. If I was to scale it, he would actually start falling through this mesh. So let me jump off. All right, this is my smoker. I made it out of an old bread rack. I just put those on. They're getting there, getting that good color to them. Put it back up there. Those are smaller fish, so I try to keep it away from the heat because I don't want a bunch of heat. I got too much fire going on right now, but I gotta get my firebox up to temperature, and I build it, and then I start cleaning my fish. And when I start putting them on the rack, I go ahead and I start sliding them in there until they start coming to temperature. I finished cleaning these two. I'll get them all seasoned up, put on there. I got 10 total. I'm gonna take my father-in-law, mow it tomorrow, and then I'll probably eat one, and then the other 8 will get turned into mullet dip. My mullet dip, I use cream cheese, sour cream, mullet, and what I do is, like, when the mullet gets done, you can pick it out, and there's a backbone there. You can pull that backbone out and pick all the meat out from underneath it, and then that belly part, that's my favorite part right there, is the belly part, especially when they get a lot of fat in them. And then I take and I put it in a bowl, and I go through it because this fish got a bunch of bones in it. And I pick through it, get all the bones out, and I pick through it again, get all the bones I missed, and now run it through a meat grinder. So if there's any bones in it, it actually chops them up so you ain't choking on one. And then I mix, I soften up cream cheese. I mix a packet of Italian herbs, salad dressing, dry salad dressing mix, a couple of scoops of sour cream, Worcestershire sauce. I grate an onion. I use some Louisiana hot sauce, and I get that all mixed in real good, and it comes out kind of creamy. And if it's thick, if it's too thick, I just add more sour cream. I fill it with sour cream. A lot of people use mayonnaise, but mayonnaise has a lot of salt in it. And by the time you get done smoking these, with the seasoning I use, it comes out too salty, or too salty for some people, not for me. But I still like the cream cheese and the sour cream method. And that's compliments of a man. He's passed away now. I used to work with him. His name was Mr. Joe Daniels, and that's how him and his wife made it. And I tell you what, you probably won't find a better smoked mullet dip than how they made it. So on this rack, I got 2 mullet. I can kind of spread them apart. Sorry. You can also do salmon this way, or redfish, or any kind of oily fish you can smoke like this, because that heat will start bringing that oil to the top. That's actually edible, but it's actually the making of a red roe, which is their eggs. A couple months, about October. about October, uh, November, December. It'll be the run season. That'll be when they start having their, when they start breeding, and they start putting on their these fish are kind of little, or they're littler. They're pretty good size, but they're littler. So I bring them up here because the closer you have down here, the quicker they'll cook. And I want to get that smoke flavored in there. And this is how I'm going to get this thing boiling with a lot of smoke. This is baywood. Baywood leaves are green. I cut it today. And this is baywood. It gives it a certain flavor. It don't turn your fish dark color. So I'm going to go ahead and throw a bunch of these on here. Now I'm going to put these bay leaves on there for my smoke. Yeah, snap, crackling, popping, it'll start catching on. You can see the smoke coming out of them leaves real good. When they catch, I'm going to shut my door, take some of that air away from them so you ain't got the, see how that smoke's coming up? It's giving it all that flavor. See up top here? That's where my fish is. Alright, starting to catch on good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just push my door shut. Latch it. See the smoke coming out of the smoker now. That's where all that's your flavor right there. And I'll just keep on checking on this, and I'll keep adding some of these that baywood to it. I'll just keep on, and I'll break it up in bundles like this here. And I throw it on. A lot of times I take cotton twine, I wrap it up, and I just have a bunch of balls of these, and I just kind of throw them on there with some wood. So I'm Joe Bishop, Bishop Backwoods Survival. Looks like I'm crying. I got some of that smoke in my eye. I'm crying because that mullet's going to be so good. Like I said, I'm going to have to do a part 2 with this. I'll go ahead and post this, and I'll get the other part after I get it all done, and I might even do a video of me doing the dip. So I'm Joe Bishop, Bishop Backwoods Survival. If you ain't practicing skills when it comes time to have them, you won't have them to get out there and practice.